It is acknowledged that thousands of years ago, humans had vast trade networks that spanned thousands of miles across Europe, the Middle East and Asia. Those who claim authority on the topic also admit that artifacts from across the North American continent have been discovered in mounds and ceremonial sites of ancient Native Americans. However, when it comes to denouncing problematic evidence, many experts are all too happy to draw boundaries to impose their long-held assumptions upon the rest of us. Any evidence of Mesoamerican influence in the continental United States is immediately rejected, and anyone who suggests the possibility are, ironically, bullied and ridiculed by those in academia who then cite lack of evidence. Is there any evidence of ancient Mesoamerican cultures in Ohio? Consider the following clip, according to Art History with Travis Lee, whose full YouTube video is linked below, regarding a god from the Zapotec and Teotihuacan cultures known as Tlaloc.
So you can see Tlaloc everywhere in the iconography. He always has these goggle-like eyes, which probably represent jade discs. Here are these goggle-like eyes. He also has kind of prominent fangs. And so when we look at this mask here, it almost certainly represents Tlaloc.
As recently reported in the Akron Beacon Journal, 15 years ago this strange artifact was discovered buried in the yard of an elderly resident whose family had owned the Century home since the 1960s. The article goes on to state that it is assumed that this is some tourist's trinket that was brought to Akron, Ohio and deliberately buried by one of the home's previous owners. The article claims that experts were contacted, but no mention of Tlaloc or any possibility other than it being a modern tourist's trinket that was buried 12 to 15 inches deep sometime before 1960 in the yard of a home in Akron, Ohio. Little is known about the ancient culture at Teotihuacan other than it predated the Aztecs, was one of the largest cities in the world at the time, and like many of the ancient Mesoamerican cultures came to an abrupt and mysterious end. While it was believed that Teotihuacan had a very large sphere of influence in the Mexican Valley and as far south as the Yucatan Peninsula, racist academic dogma rejects any possibility that they crossed the Rio Grande into the continental United States. Despite having built some of the largest monuments in the world. The confluence of two large rivers has been considered to have spiritual importance in many cultures. Situated on a plateau overlooking the confluence of the Cuyahoga River and its largest tributary known as Tinker's Creek, Terra Vista has been the site of much speculation, mystery, controversy, and even a recent murder. Promoted as a bird sanctuary and a site to study butterflies, what's rarely discussed is the site's archaeological significance. A quick glance at the publicly available historic site nomination form and you'll notice a suspicious amount of redactions. Further research shows that the site had been previously identified as a paleonative site dating as far back as 8 to 10,000 BC. Beyond this, officials will only acknowledge that the site was heavily damaged by the previous owners. Today the site is under heavy surveillance by federal park police. It is officially part of the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, despite being geographically separate from the rest of the park. While LiDAR imagery of the site clearly shows a massive rectangular platform structure at Terra Vista, there is no indication that any effort is being made to study the area.